Bruchim Aboim B'Shem Hashem. Shem Irgin Shir Termas is Boston. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's shir from Rabbi Dovid Goldwasser Shlita. I'd like to be a shekach to the sponsor of tonight's shir. He's fully sponsoring the shir, Be'elam Shem. Lili Neshama, Yis Gershon Yosef ben Avram Zev, Yeshua ben Yitzchok, Yitzchok ben Yeshua, Yosef Yitzchok ben Av Yisrael, Dovid ben Shlomo, Shlomo ben Moshe, Baruch Yaakov Yisrael ben Chaim Uri, Chaim Uri ben Yaakov Yisrael, Chaya bas Gershon Yosef, Yenta bas Meyasim, Esther bas Chaim HaKoyin, Rivka Miriam bas Chaim Yitzchok, Yita Mindel bas Dovid, Chevet bas Chaim Yitzchok, Rocha Miro bas Chaim Yitzchok, and Yecheskel Dovid ben Yaakov Tzvi. Also, Lili Nishmas, Rabosha Zelig ben Rabbi Dovid Mishpachas Wolf. To have the great schus of sponsoring a shir, or to have a chelik in Abotas Torah of English Shir Torah, in the time of our 22nd annual dinner coming up in just 2 weeks. She'akaras Atayv to the Rabbanim Agid Shir, Shiom we've enjoyed. Call English Shir Torah at 718-851-8651, email ist@yeshivana.com. You can put an ad in the journal or donate. Have a chelik in Abotas Torah of English Shir Torah worldwide throughout the year. Tonight we have the cover to have with us once again Rabbi Dovid Goldwasser Shlita, Rabbi Khal Bnei Yitzchok, speaking Kinafalti Kamti. Getting up when you're down, it's my cover to call Rabbi Goldwasser for tonight's Rosh.
Yeshua Godel, Bruchim Aboim B'Shem Hashem. I just want to give one word introduction. They asked the Heilige Rabbaran Yehuda Leib Steinman Shlita what to do at that time. What to do at a time of great challenge in this world. What to do when we face the possibility of milchama. The Heilige Tzaddik, Zchusa Yogin Oleinu Ba'al Beis Yisrael, said the following, and I quote, B'derech Eitz Chaim Ramchal, Mevi shebegzeros tach v'tat, they want to make the Samach Mem, make a shvua. V'shalu oisa lo mata oisa gezeros. Why are there gezeros ros? Why are there the decrees? V'omar Shim yaskimu lebatel Torah. He said, if you will agree to stop the Torah, to stop the shiurim, to stop all the things that are happening in Torah, then hu yitain menucha, he'll give menucha. Umau roitza, what does he want? Koyev loyim loyim dim Torah. Zeho iker mashamach maseh, hasotan asamach mem, lo yochol iskayim. Irgin Shurei Torah, over all the years, and I know them a lot of years, are an Iker Kiyum during the summer, during the winter, during the Shoivavim, during all the time, when everybody constantly is encouraged and inspired to learn Torah. It's an amazing thing. Ober Bismanenu, when we see what's happening, it's shreklach for a person to be, even to look. We don't need to look anywhere. But to see what the threats are, what the pchodim are that they throw, that there should be an Irgun Shurei Torah in middle of the summer, to have every night an unbelievable darshan, a magid shir, with the exception of tonight, but all the other nights, they have wonderful, wonderful magid they share, they bring the best. So I just want to say, we got in 2 weeks a dinner that is l'shem l'tiferes b'rochnius u'b'gashmius, and it's only a couple of blocks away. Whoever is watching, whoever is looking, whoever hears this or hears if there will be CDs sent out, I beg you b'chol mini bakosha to come to the dinner, to be present for Kovod HaTorah, for that which is against the Samach Mem in our days. That's what will bring the Yeshua. I beg everybody to come and to support all that you possibly can do. Anybody should come and be a part of it. There is no more beautiful event that happens during the year than Irgun Shurei Torah in our neighborhood. The Heilige Beis Yisrael was present when the Rebbes came back, and they said, we don't know what's going to happen. The Holocaust, and people got ruined, and the land is down, and we're down, and people are down. So the Heilige Beis Yisrael said, don't worry, we'll rebuild. And what was said? What were the Gedolim of the previous generation? Tanoim, Amoraim, Gaoinim, Rishonim, Acharoinim. What are the Gedoli Rabbonim? What are the Gedolim of our generation? Banyonim, builders. You take a look in the front table. You take a look at the Rav HaGadol. People should, they see him in the street, they should take a look at him as he passes down the street to see an image at Tzura from an Adam Gadol Adam Chashuv, Banyonim, Banyonim, Rabbi Deutsch, Banyonim. The whole Irgun Shirei Torah and all that emanates from the Heilige Stalini Yeshiva, Banyonim. May we be Zoicha that the Schus HaTorah, Magnum Matzla, should save us and shield us all, and there should be Besuros Tovos, Yeshuos, V'nechamos. I'd like to quote, we're going to start light tonight. I'd like to quote a Zohar. You should know, whenever you feel pursued, when you feel that things are getting down, when you feel upset, why is this happening to me? Why can't I catch a break? Sheroidfim rak achrei ashirim v'lo achrei konim v'aniyim. You should know, just like the Ganovim, run after only people that have money. They see an oni in the street, they say, sei gesund und stark, everything should be good. The Heilige Baal Shem said, Im tachana olai machane lo yira libi. When a lot of machanos shel the Samach Mem came to fight against me, and they give me all kinds of difficulties and nisyonis, lo yira libi ki bezois ani boiteach. Says the Heilige Baal Shem, the fact that they're fighting against me, the fact that I'm going at it in Shalom Bayis, the fact that I'm going on it with a shidduch, the fact that I'm going on and I have a difficulty in this area or that, you should know, bezois ani boiteach. That means that I'm doing the right thing. I am going b'derech ha'yishara. I'm going the right way. Ki rak derech rishoyim tzlecha. Because it's a derech rishoyim to have atzlacha. The mere fact that I have an nisayon, it means that Hashem loves me. It means that we have what it takes. I'd like to start off, branch into several different areas, but I would like specifically to start off with tshuva. The reason is because a lot of people think I did too much. A lot of people think, for what I did, I can't do tshuva. I'll daven, I'll do everything, I'll do what I'm supposed to. Tisha B'Av, I'll sit on the floor a little bit. I'll do what I have to. But real tshuva, person came in to the study, sat down and told me, I'm finished. I'm finished. A young person. Why they finished? Because they heard that there was a teacher that came and told them that you don't have Olam Haba. They begged this person to come. Begged to come into me. I had the schus on Erev Shabbos, the person came in and told me that they're done. They don't have Olam Haba. They don't have Olam Haba, so Chaparayin Olam Hazeh, you might as well have this world. And I spoke with them. I said, first of all, there isn't no one in this world that can decide who has Olam Haba or who doesn't have Olam Haba. That I can guarantee you. Because nobody could ever make that decision. A Novi could not make that decision, let alone somebody who is just Echad Min Ashura. So it's not correct. And we see countless examples in Shas, in Novi. We see people that were on the worst of the worst level and they were able to do tshuva. So I would like to say first from Yecheskel HaNovi, Emor Aleim Chai Oni Num Hashem, Im Echpoitz B'mois HaMeiskim B'shuv Rasha Midarko V'choya, that I do not want, I swear, I do not want, Chas V'sholem, even the Rasha Marusha, did bad all the time, corrupted his way, corrupted her way. Even that person, I don't want them anything but that they should live a chaya. Shuvu midarchechem aroim v'loma samusu beis Yisrael. That person should do tshuva, that person should come back. Hagoin, Reb Dovid Kronglass, Zecher Tzadik Kodesh V'Tor Livrocha, the Mashkiach of Ner Yisrael, says the following. I just want to quote. B'chol ha-mitzvos ha'amuros b'Torah. Every mitzvah that's said in the Torah, af b'gdoilus v'chamuros shebahem. Even the greatest mitzvah, Yom Kippur, Torah, can't imagine the greatest of the mitzvahs. Ein ritzoni yisparach gadol v'chezak kol kach kitchukasoi b'tshuva. Hashem does not love any mitzvah in the Torah, no matter how great, no matter how high, like tshuva. Afilu Talmud Torah shu keneged kulam. Even Talmud Torah that is keneged kulam, the highest of the high, v'chaviv me'oid me'oid be'einav yisparach shemo. In the Talmud Torah, in a person's, in Hashem's eyes, is the greatest. However, ach ein ze erech v'dimyin klal. It does not even come to any comparison. La nochas ruach v'asimcha sheyesh lo me'atshuva. It doesn't compare to the nachas ruach that Hashem has when one yid does tshuva. Umishtoikeku misabe miyachel mitzapa. Hashem waits and desires and longs for l'tshuvas rishoim. Not the tshuva of regular people, all of us, the people that come to Irgun Shirei Torah Tzadikim. No, it says rishoim. Hashem waits for their tshuva. Mevakeshu mischanein aleinu al yidei kol hanavim shelo shuvei lov. Hashem asks through all the Nevi'im, look in every page of the Navi, you'll see a message to Klal Yisrael to do tshuva. So what do I tell the young person sitting in front of me? I told the young person, I promise you, if I give you avtocha that you have olam haba, if I give you avtocha, if I write out a page, I'll write for you a page, I'll have a seal put on it, we'll seal it. If you want, I'll make a beis din that you have a cheluk olam haba. Would that be good enough for you? The individual said, you're just saying that to make me feel good. It's not true. I know you, Rebbe. I said, I give you my word. I give you my avtocha. I sat, the person broke down and cried and said, I tell you the truth, I didn't know why I was asking to come to you. We came for a simcha to Flatbush. And I spoke to the person. All of a sudden I get a knock on the door. It's this individual's relative and says, Rebbe, it's almost Hadlokas Neiros. You have to stop. I told the individual, if you would not have come, if you wouldn't have knocked on the door, I would have gone straight. The fact that you knocked on the door, so now you told me, now I have to stop. But I would like to see this individual immediately after Shabbos. Person came back, Motzei Shabbos. The individual, I cannot tell you, Ahoicha Neshama did Tshuva Shlema. Tshuva Shlema. That's what the Rosh Hashiva, the Mashgiach, talks about. That a person should never feel that they've gone too far. A person should never feel that it's out of their sphere. It doesn't matter what they did. An individual is able to fix, to be misaken. Whatever tikkunim a person has to make, it is possible to be misaken. One more idea. Sometimes a person gets a little bit down. In our life, unfortunately, there are people that become upset. There are people that have a difficulty struggling with life. And it is difficult. A lot of life's challenges are hard. There's a lot of competition today. There's a lot of things that are not so easy. There are things that parents are facing that they never faced ever. There are issues that are difficult. A person called me earlier today. Very difficult. Their children, I will say it in a nice way, are not in touch with them. Nice parents, I know them. Children not in touch. Don't invite them to simchas. Don't call up the Baba and the Zayda. Kosher. Will you tell a parent? They're moser nefesh for their child. They cry over their child. They mispalel 1,000 tefillas. They fast over their child. They try anything. They stayed up all night when they didn't feel good. They cried for them when they came home and said that somebody picked on them in school. They had their back all their life. And then all of a sudden, the son or the daughter that turned their back, and don't do anything. It's an nisayon. That's an nisayon that's difficult. What's a parent do? They could get very down. They could get depressed over it. What does an individual do that was trying for many years for shidduchim? So one parent came in with their daughter and they said, I would be happy if I had one time, one opportunity, just one yes. If I had one yes, I would be very happy. I would be moli simcha. One yes. One yes. How long has a person been waiting? 6 years. 6 years. Not one yes. Every time. Hashem Yisparach. Nezavek zivugim. Please. Please. Hashem, please. How does a person keep their equilibrium, their simcha, their happiness, day after day? They have a child, gives them a run for their life in chinuch. One day goes to yeshiva, he comes back. You're here a little bit early. Yeshiva got out early? No, I did. Day after day, it's nisayon. I'll bribe you. How much will you take so that you'll go to yeshiva today? Tell me, what do I got to do? I'll drive you there. I'll buy you pizza on the way. On the way home, I'll get you hamburger. I'll take you wherever you need to go. What's the parent do? They wonder, what's this child ever going to grow up to be? It's a difficulty. And sometimes the children, they're trying so hard. Do we know the nisyonis of a bacher, of a talmida in our world? What they have to go through? What they have to understand? The difficulty sometimes, they may be not suited to understand every word. Maybe it's a little bit difficult. Maybe the Rebbe's learning over Reb Chaim or Rabbi Kiva Eger and it's not so coming to them easily. Got to understand every child in the class. B'chol bonayich limudei Hashem. Every child. So what's a child to do? He knows he doesn't realize it. She knows that she doesn't understand it. But you can never tell what will happen if an individual has simcha in their life. They can grow. There were Gedolei Yisrael that when they were younger were not such great learners. They steiged. They became great. They were able to go past what the expectations of others were. In Shidduchim in the same way. I had a bizarre meeting. Parents called me up. We need to come in. It's about a shidduch. I said, okay. 2 parents, I know them just on the street to say hello. Having makavu kolodem b'sever ponav yafos. And the parents said to me, there's a shidduch that came out, and the shidduch is out of our league. The shidduch is out of our league. It's not for us. It's something that is way, way above us. Not only that, but economically, they are way in a different thing. In our community, we're much different than they are. So we want to reject it. The only problem is our daughter heard about it, and our daughter said, Lama Nigara, why won't you let me go out? They said, no, this is not for us, and this and that. And I said, why won't you let her go out? Rav, the last thing we need is another no. We don't need any more no's. We have no's from here to there. No's not even to go out. And then if there's a schus that should go out one time, then a no. So what? You're saying that we should go and do this and then get a no, or get a no after they go out one time because they'll find out what kind of schleppers we are? I said, I tell you the truth, I have a lot of respect for you. But now, after tonight, I have even greater respect for you. They said, why? I said, because I see that you are like Hashem. Hashem is a mezavik zivugim. So you must know who belongs to who and why it was read and when to say yes and when to say no. I have to stand up. When you came into the room, I don't think I stood up for you. Could I stand up? No. Rav, what do you mean? I said, mi yoidea. Who knows? Who's the one that can say yes or no? Who's the one? So, Rav, you're saying that we should allow it to go? I said, I tell you the truth. I'm saying it's usher not to allow it. Not that you should. It's usher not to allow it. They left. I don't usually watch people when they walk out. but walking down the driveway, going back there, they were shaking their heads. If you could read the language, you could have. I wish I would have heard what they were saying. They had to listen. You know, if you ask, you got to listen. They let her go out. Chutz miderech hateva, it went so smooth. Mamish, without any challenges along the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're Litvaks. 7. They go out, ready for engagement. They can't believe it. The parents cannot believe it. They're waiting for the other shoe to drop. It don't. They get engaged. They invite me to the Vort. It was a few blocks from here. I hardly know them, but I feel, besaving zivugim, I want to go to their Vort. I go to the Vort. The father of the chassan comes over to me, and he says, I hear that we owe you shadchanis. I said, I'll take it. Who can say? Nafla. Maybe a person fell a number of times. Kamti. Hashem says you can get up. It does not matter how many times a person fell down. It doesn't matter how many times a person failed a test. It does not matter how many times a person got a no for shidduch. It doesn't matter how many times they came home and they didn't have enough money on the payday. Not a week later, on the payday. Daiging, how am I going to do this and the morning, that, and the heat, and the foot, my kid, my child. How many times? Is there a light? Any moment, a person could change their entire life. We don't know the greatness of what can happen from the Borei Olam. I quote from Likutei Moharan, Al Pi Mashal. I'm sure everybody here, we're facing now, in a couple of days, Tisha B'Av. Tisha B'Av. I was Zoche, so what do you do Tisha B'Av? I was Zoche to write a kinnah this year because of the challenges that we've gone through since Simchas Torah. I was Zoche to write a kinnah. I take a look at it. Maybe it's only good for me. And I go through it. I have chizuk. When there is a tzara that comes, a person has to look it straight in the eyes and says, what am I going to do to change it around? Adam HaRishon was walking, expelled from Gan Eden. Gan Eden. We can't even imagine what Hashem Yisbarach set up for the course of man, for all the world. Gan Eden. Adam HaRishon gets expelled, eats from the Eitz Hadas, spoils the course of man, and gets expelled from Gan Eden. He's walking. Can you imagine being expelled from Gan Eden? I don't know if you ever had the kavod of being thrown out of class. Eschatoi ani mazker hayoim. Don't tell anybody. You know how you feel when you're going out of class? You're walking down the hall. My parents will find out. Expelled from Gan Eden. It's not from the class. The class, we're done. You can go back. If you're smart, you hide. you don't get caught. Gan Eden. What happened? Adam HaRishon was walking. In the road, he finds two rocks. Choshech, Tzalmoves. Two rocks. One Choshech, darkness, Tzalmoves. What does Adam HaRishon do? The tzara is facing him. The darkness, expelled from Gan Eden, lost everything. He took the rocks, he began to rub them together until he was able to make a light, fire from those rocks. Sometimes life deals us some difficult days. Sometimes life gives us a little bit of nisyonis and rocks along the road. What do we do with those rocks? We pick them up. We see how we can bring out some light. So says the Heilige Likutei Moharan, Shelapa'amim kibshonayadam smechim u'meraktim. You're dancing, Simchas Torah. Tisha B'Av should be turned into a Simchas Torah. Simchas Torah, Tisha B'Av. So Tisha B'Av will be Simchas Torah. So you're dancing. What happens? If you have a little bit kiruv, or you're a little bit, you like to bring people in, and you see somebody standing there, not in the greatest mood, and they're standing there watching all the people dancing round and round and round, and they don't look like they're the happiest camper in the base matters. What do? You say, Rabbi, come around. Rabbi, let's go, we'll dance. No. And then they start like looking for cover, how they can grab. And you say, no. And sometimes you are successful to pull them in against their will. You pull them in. And you bring them into the circle. The interesting thing is, after they get used to it, they start to dance in their besimcha. That's what a person has to do. They have to force the one on the outside, bring them in, and turn the frown into a smile. Turn the sadness into simcha. So too, it is so interesting. Where is the sadness and the happiness? It's inside of us, chas v'sholem. When a person is sad, they have to pull the sadness with all of their might to the happiness. They have to pull everything, the gloom and the doom and everything, and say, no, I reject it. My simcha is going to take me over. I'm going to dance. I'm going to sing. I'm going to take out my favorite Gemara, my favorite Navi, my favorite Musar. I'll take out something that gives me joy, and I'm going to do it, or I'm going to eat something that I like. Rabbi Avigdor Miller, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, said, you're the chas v'sholem person sad, eat a piece of chocolate cake. I don't know, vanilla also works, but he said chocolate cake. A person has to bring the one who is outside the sadness and to turn it into happiness. Nimtza, shechoytef hamara shechayra, it finds that the person is able to take out the gloom and doom, umachnis oiso bal korcha, and you bring it, bal korcha, forcefully, l'soicha simcha, into the simcha. That's the mashal that is given over. Brilliant sheba brilliant. And there's a taich in the pasuk in Yeshayahu Hanavi, Sason v'simcha yasigu, they will attain gladness and joy. B'nasu yogoin v'anocha. Yogoin and anocha, sadness and sighing, will flee. How beautiful it is. You can be your own psychologist. You can be your own therapist, if you use this principle of knowing how to change things around. But a person should know that you have to pursue it. Don't leave it. Change it. Get up. Do something. Challenge it. Go the other way. A person can never tell the abilities that they have inside to go very high, specifically at the lows. Yirida letzarech aliyah. A person sometimes goes down. Why do they go down? Yosef uran beveis asurim. Yosef Atzadik. Take a look. Look at the career. Yosef Atzadik. He's got the shvatim. He doesn't. He's getting chaloimus. The chaloimus are huge. The shvatim are all against him. The shiftei kah, they're bothering him. They're bullying him. They're doing everything. So then they decide they're going to kill him. Kill the competition. Easiest thing in the world. So they take him out. They're going to kill him. He knows they're going to kill him. And he's begging each one. He's begging each one. Ayin Medrash. He goes and he falls down by each of the shiftei kah. Maybe you'll be rachem. Maybe you'll pity me. He's going to each one and begging them. So instead of killing him, what do? They threw him in the pit. They threw him in the pit. Not a bad pit. No choshem akravim. Okay, we all have to, we all have to go through certain things. Finally, they take him out. Who do they sell him to? Orchos Yishmaelim. Orchos Yishmaelim. I don't even want to bring a mushal to that. Yosef Atzadik has no shaykhus to the street. He's not a street person. He has no shaykh. Yosef Atzadik, Orchos Ishmaelim. You can imagine what kind of tzaddikim he was sold to. And he's going along. Finally, he goes and ends up Eshes Potifa Yenet Tzadekis, and he gets again Yosef Atzadik. We have to realize who he is. Finally, he ends up in prison. What a life! It's unbelievable. Anyone would take a look at that and say, Zu Torah, Zu Schara, look what happened to him. But what was Yosef Atzadik destined to be? Mishnah L'Melech! Mishnah L'Melech! He was able to save Khal Yisrael. By his hand, moved the entire Mitzrayim. Look where he was able to climb up to. It's unreal. A yerida l'tzorech aliyah. If a person has a few down days, they shouldn't get upset, because we do not know what is going to happen on the next moment. We do not know the great hatzlacha that Hashem has in store for us. What will happen? Whenever one door closes, there's another door that is opening. Even a person would say, Borei Olam, Heilige Bashefer, if you'll just give me this, everything will be fixed. That's my life. This is going to be great. Everything's going to be wow. And then it didn't happen. If we were the Borei Olam, then we would have the right to be upset, to be happy, not to be happy. It doesn't matter. Hashem Yisparach, called the Ovid Rachmana L'tav Ovid. Whatever happens in this world, L'tav Ovid. Fascinating. We don't make a bracha on Tisha B'Av. She'asali kotzorki. If we had the time, I would like to go in a little be'iyun in not making the bracha in shoes, sneakers, whatever you wear on the Tisha B'Av, right? We make the bracha at night. She'asali kotzorki. The Sarah Torah would sit down, the shoes, and make the bracha at night. That's what we do. She'asali kol tzorki, that everything that is done for my good. Could be Tisha B'Av. We don't say that bracha. Chorm Beis HaMikdash. It's a mashkin. On the other hand, I think it's a limud, a musar haskell for us. We need the Beis HaMikdash. Even if it's a mashkin, even if it was necessary for us, but we need the Beis HaMikdash. So there is another very fascinating chazal that we have, and it's also the Abarvanel cites, Ein lecha davar mesugul le'oirer hasimcha. There isn't anything that can inspire great happiness. Va'ava la'Hashem Yisparach, in love for Hashem, kemo l'shoyrer shirei devekus, to sing songs of devekus. Songs of devekus. Songs that are according to our Messiah. Beautiful nigunei kodesh that a person can sing to be me'orer. And we saw in this past year how many times nigunim broke out spontaneously. How many times and how many gatherings everybody began to sing. And those menagnim, those great singers in Khal Yisrael. And those are people that are able to be ma'orer. They have a big responsibility in their hands and in their voices to sing Nigunei Kodesh, to inspire us. A.B. Rottenberg, so gesund and stark. Schus, Achenu Kol Beis Yisrael. On every single part on the moon, they're singing Achenu Kol Beis Yisrael. Eze schus that he has to lift up L'Romeim, to lift up Khal Yisrael. So there it says, the Abarvanel, Al Yedei HaNe'ima V'Azimra, Zoicher Limuda Heitiv, that through singing, like it says in Shas, through singing and through a niggin, a person is able to remember their learning. Shaul HaMelech, he was a great scholar, a Talmud Chacham. He fought against the Oyevim of Khal Yisrael. Shmuel HaNovi commanded Shaul HaMelech that he has to fight Amalek. He's got to annihilate Amalek. Everyone, everybody has got to be completely annihilated. However, he didn't annihilate everyone. He spared the best of the sheep, the cattle, Agag. Hashem informed Shmuel HaNavi that Shaul had fulfilled only part of the command. When Shmuel met Shaul, he said to him in a certain imitating voice, Umi kol hatzoin ba'aznai. What is that, Michael? What is that sheep that I hear? The sound of sheep. Shaul admitted that he wasn't strong enough to oppose the will of all the people. He was afraid. And they wanted to take the sheep and they wanted to have something left over in the cattle. Shmuel said to Shaul that just like he rejected the word of Hashem, so too Hashem has rejected him as king. Shaul HaMelech, so great. Doesn't matter how high a person is. Doesn't matter who a person is, how strong a person is, how rich a person is, how not rich a person is. Anybody can become upset. And he fell into a very bad bout of sadness. He realized it. He needed someone to get him out of it. Who was the person that came? Dovid HaMelech. Dovid HaMelech came and began to sing, began to play. V'hoya b'yoysa ruach Elokim el Shaul, v'lokach Dovid esakina v'nigen b'yadoi, v'ravach l'Shaul v'toiv loi, v'sara me'alav ruach hara. And all of a sudden, the ruach ra, the sadness, the upset that Shaul HaMelech had began to leave him. A person has ways that they could be lifted up. A person has ways that it is possible, even within the greatest sadness, to slowly lift ourselves up. Not to jolt ourselves out, but rather to go little by little by little. Hagoyin Rabbi Yochanan Wasserman, Zechet Tzadik Livrocha Hashem Yinkom Damoi. Rabbi Yochanan Wasserman, one time, it happened to be in his city, there was a person that got very sad. So they knew this from Dovid HaMelech and Shaul, that they'll bring in music and they'll play music for him. So they came in and they played happy songs. They played all kinds of joyous songs. They figured like the happy, joyous song is going to bring him out of it. It didn't do anything. Rabbi Elchanan said, no, go in and play for him some slow, mournful music. Play for him some sad music. They began to play for him some sad music, and as they began to play the sad music, he began little by little to listen. He began little by little to participate. Then Rabbi Elchanan said, play music that is a little bit more positive, a little happier. They continued to do it slowly until they were playing for him the nigune of great simcha, and that was able to pull him out. It takes a while. It takes patience. If a person is with patience, it could take years, but eventually it will help. Even from the worst, if we realize, sing a niggin, do something positive, drag in the one on the outside and bring him in the circle. Maisa Noira. There was a Rebbe. A Rebbe called me up and he says, you're Rabbi Goldwasser? Yes. I said, how can I help, Rebbe? He said, I have somebody that is facing a very big nisayon, and I think that you might be able to help. Shkoyach Reb Shlomo, Koisi Revaya. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol niyeh bidbaro. He said, I think you might be able to help. I said, okay. He says, could I bring somebody to you? I said, yes. He came in, he brought a young man, and he told me what happened. This young man is engaged to be married, and the chasana, Yom Chupasai, was on Sunday. we were holding Wednesday. All of a sudden, my Sonoira, crazy world. You think that the Baldover wants to see chasanas. You think that he wants to see people get engaged. You think that he wants that things should be good. No! He'll try anything. He'll throw a monkey wrench. He'll throw this in. He'll make some craziness that a person will think something, this is Nogea, I can't go on with this. A person has to be very careful to make a shidduch and to go ahead with it. It takes gvura, it takes a bracha, it takes emunah, it takes bitachon. But not to run away. Not to run away. We got to make sure. The Khal all of a sudden said, "Nay, not getting married." There was such a small incident that happened. Not nogay to anybody else. Not nogay to anybody. Not to her, not to her family, not to anybody. I won't say it because of confidentiality. Mamish, nothing. Another person would say, normal. They're calling it out, calling it off. They would like me to try to put it back on the track. Balanese, come to me. Not a problem. Bring me out Shar HaGilgulim. I'll learn a little. We'll take care of the whole thing. I said, Rebbe, you're a Rebbe. I'm just a Rube. What do you want I should do? No. You put it together. It's a terrible thing. He then left. The Rebbe left and said, I want to leave you and see what you can do. I talked to the guy. We spoke in different things, what he does in the day. We spoke a little bit learning. I found out that every morning he's up 5 o'clock in the morning for a shir, never misses, never misses davening. After that goes and works very hard, never, ever misses. I thought, this guy he's good. In a very pleasant personality, nice individual, nice countenance. I said, I'm going to go to work for you. I began to call. I called up the Rav in that community. I said to the Rav, I would like to come tomorrow to the community to meet with the parents. I am also going to send one of the top mechanches today. She will come to meet with the Kala. Okay, unbelievable. I thought maybe I have a day, be able to meet them. I'll be able to speak whatever I possibly could, to beg them, to understand it, to have them go ahead with it. As abizoyon. Okay, fine. I made the ticket to go, Amtrak. I made the ticket to go. I had somebody prepared to take this Rebbitzin down. I'm all ready. I'm on my way. I get a call. Don't come. There's nothing to come about. I said, it's okay. Even there's nothing to come about, I still want to come. I want to see your city. No, don't come. I said, we have to try. We have to try anything. Look what's going down here. Rav, I know who you are. I'll just say it. I have a lot of respect for you. Please don't come. It's not like your cover. It's not for you. I said, I'm willing to suffer bizyonis. If it's me or the chassan, I'll take it. But let me come. L'soif Maisa, I'm embarrassed to tell you, they didn't let me come. It was a nace I was able to get through to that Rebbitzin. She would have been on her way already. So what happened? The people from Eretz Yisrael, they couldn't stop. They had already come in. They were coming in Thursday for the chasna. They came in. They had planned an aufruf. The bach was a little bit older. A big aufruf. A lot of food. More than they could afford. I didn't have the koyach. I asked Hashem. Hashem Yisparach. Give give me the words to say to the chassan. Let me tell him something that he shouldn't have a yerida because of it. I went to the chassan and I said to the chassan, a shliach tries to be matzliach. There must be something that I was not matzliach. To have such a perfect chassan, a chassan at tzaddik, I have to ask you mechila. And I ask you mechila. I couldn't do it. They wouldn't let me. The chassan said, Rav, please. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's me. I said, no, but I was your shliach. A shliach has to make... No, Rav, we're arguing back and forth. His fault, my fault, your fault. In the meantime, he was so upset that I said it's my fault. He started to smile. Good-natured young man. Very good-natured young man. He said, I'll be okay. I'll get over it. It's not the first hard knock I took in my life. I said, okay. I went back home. I get a call from the chassan, the former chassan. The former chassan said, I don't know if I could ask you. I only know you from one day, and I only know what you tried to do, but could I ask you? Motzoi Shabbos, we're going to use all the food from the Ofruf, and we're going to make them a leva malka. Because I had prepared for the day of the chasana a siyum, and I would like to make the siyum on Motzoi Shabbos. And it would be a great honor for me if you would come. Motzoi Shabbos, I went to a siyum. All of the people that would have come to the Ofruf came to the siyum. They sang, they danced, they put the chassan up on their shoulders. And I thought to myself, Eze gevura, what strength, what power. Hafachta mispedi lemocholi. He was able to change the worst situation that person could imagine in life and change it to a simcha. That's what a person has to understand. The greatness of a person to be able to flip it, to make it better, to make it that they're able to go on in life. Look at those that survived the Shoah, survived the Holocaust. They went through, who knows what they went through, and were able to continue on in life. Klosenberger Rebbe, what he went through, the torture he went through. The Klosenberger Rav, he wasn't mesugel. He said before the war, he couldn't carry the svarim to the shir. He had to have a bacher carry the svarim because he wasn't strong enough to take a gemara and a ketzos or whatever he carried. Enduring the shaya, he carried boulders on his own shoulders. Helia Klosenberger Rebbe. He's able to build and rebuild in all of the camps, in all of those centers. Was able to make Beis Yankivs and be able to make yeshivas and able to make Klosenberg in Union City and Kiryat Sanz. It was able to make Kiryat Sanz Laniado Hospital a base refuah for all people, a base refuah, state of art, Shabbat, state of art. Could he look at what he had? Could he look at what he used to do? Could he look at his former family? Could he look at all the things that had been thrown at him in life? No. He could only look ahead and see what a person could accomplish in their life. Every individual has that power. We should know that Hashem Yisparach waits and waits for each of us. Everyone has a koyach. If it didn't happen up until now, it can happen now. It does not matter. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter the limitations. It doesn't matter what a person says. You will be matzliach, you won't be matzliach. Ein don yechidi elo echad. There's only one person, or there's only one entity in this world, the Borei Olam alone, that can make a judgment. Nobody has the X-ray machine that can see through an individual who will be matzliach and who will not be matzliach. Fascinating. A lot of times a person gets down. I tried whatever I could do. I wasn't able to achieve much. I wasn't able to get to where I wanted to go. One person told me, I married the person. If I would have married somebody else, I could have become an Adam Gadol. I thought to myself, no, that's a good one. I would have been an Adam Gadol today. Stipler Goin says the person married who they need to marry. The Stipler Goin said the person that they married is the individual that knows how to take them where they need to go in life. But everybody does take a look at it every once in a while, what they became, what they did, their lot in life. We read Mesechus Sanhedrin, a description of none other, Mashiach Tzidkenu, Melech HaMashiach, Mashiach Tzidkenu. Mashiach Tzidkenu, he's got to for sure have the greatest majesty, the greatest royalty, to come into town with pomp and ceremony, to come into town on the greatest. What do we read in Sanhedrin? Oni v'roichev ala chamoyer. Oni, poor man, jacket, lo aleinu, ripped, shoes not together, scraggly, comes in, no amenities in life. Oni, v'roichev ala chamor. What's he riding on? Not a stallion. Doesn't have a Ferrari. He comes in on a chamor. Why? Why a chamor? Hagoin Reb Dovid Kviat, Zecher Tzadik Kodesh V'Tor Livrocha, says the following. We should know that it's the koyach of the chamor of Avram Avinu that was willing to be ma'aked his son, that went vayashkem Avram baboiker. It's the koyach hakeda, the koyach mesiras nefesh, that carries us on through life. Each and every individual carries on through life by the koyach of mesiras nefesh, by the koyach of everyone that makes a sacrifice for Khal Yisrael, for Torah on any level. Everyone, I'm sure, is aware of a commander in the Israeli army. A chayal, the commander, saw that there was a grenade that was going to explode and take the members of his troop. The commander went, fell on that grenade, blew himself up, but saved the chayalim of Hashem. Hazam Mesiras Nefesh, Zakedas Yitzchok, in our days, loy pachus, not less. The sacrifices each and every day. Who can judge? Who can judge? Who knows? Mi yodei the tzaddikim. Hagoin Rebbe Shloime Zalman Auerbach was talking about, everybody knows, Mishnah Berurah brings it, on the afternoon, Tisha B'Av, to go to the Beis HaChaim, the Beis HaKforos. And there's a discussion. Hagoin Reb Moshe, Zecher Tzadik Livrocha Posek Ador, used to go in on when he was finished with the kinnis. He used to go to the Beis HaChaim. A lot of discussions back and forth. Hagoin Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach said, you could go to the kever of a soldier that was Moshe Nefesh for Klal Yisrael. Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. Posek Ador. Nisyonis. But what does it mean? Oni v'roichev ala chamor. Says Rav Kviat. The oni means that there is some poverty in his ruchnius, in her ruchnius, that they are not fulfilling what they could be, that they're not davening what they could daven, they're not learning what they could learn, they're not giving the tzedakah that they could give, they're not putting themselves into the mitzvahs like they should. Oni, v'roichev alachamor. Even that individual should go with great simcha in this world. Even that individual, even their tinus and tvias on a person, you didn't do this good enough, you didn't do that good enough, and other people tell us about it. I go, as sometimes I have the great zechiyah to be in Lakewood, and this individual tells me they do their best, and they work, and all the time their manager tells them this was wrong, and that was wrong, and they find problems with them, and the person says, I couldn't be that bad, I try to do whatever I could. Individuals should know. Oni v'roichev alachamor, Mashiach tzidkenu will be the one that was pursued, the one that went through redifus. What did Dovid HaMelech? Dovid HaMelech, mi keDavid, noim zemiras Yisrael, sorim ridafuni chinam. They pursued me for no reason at all. Why they came after me? Why they wanted my head? Why they didn't leave me alone? Why they bothered me? Why I didn't have an easy time? Sarim ridafuni chinam, for no reason at all. Umidvarcha pachad libi. But my heart, only afraid from Hashem. I don't care how many people were pursuing me. When a person has an idea, they got to go through with it. They got to try. They got to know that no matter what happens, we always rejoice. We're always happy. Ki nafalti kamti. As a person fell down, it means they're going to get up. It means that something good will go on for them. A person should never be limited by anything. A Talmida came to me. A Talmida wanted to go to seminary. Shaila Chamura. She wants to go to a seminary, but she feels that she'll be matzliach in a certain seminary. However, the popular attitude is that seminary is not the best seminary, but she feels she'll be matzliach in that seminary. I heard her out, and I said, if that's the place you feel you'll be matzliach, go with bracha. I didn't realize what I said. Belita sapeh. Didn't happen within 12 hours. I get a call from the Menayel. The Menayel says, Kvod Rav. Whenever they start Kvod Rav, watch it. Kvod Rav, yes. There was a Talmida that came to you about going to a certain seminary, and I believe that the Rav said, go with bracha. I said it wasn't exactly those words, but more or less. Our entire staff doesn't feel that way. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know that there was any discussion on it. I didn't know the staff had a different das Torah, I'm sorry. Well, because people don't go to seminary, and, we have to be practical. Shidduchim. Seminary. I had so much I wanted to tell them now. Siyog l'chachma, shtika. Sometimes you got to know how to be quiet. Just let it go. I said, I'm sorry. I feel bad what I said. I apologize. Do you want me to undo it? No, it's not already. The damage was not it. No, it was not already. You know, go back. Okay, fine. I thought to myself, Marana Rav Shach, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, was once asked by parents that were questioning a certain young lady for their son to be a Kala. And they said to Rav Shach, but the seminary that she went to is not from the best seminaries. It's not from, I don't know how you judge that, by the way, but not from the best seminaries where we take people on. Rav Shach said, listen, my good friend, your son is going out with the girl, not with the seminary. Marana Rav Shach. However, You got to always worry. What's the pasuk? Ashrei adam mefached tamid. Tamid. You're happy if you're always afraid. Ulai toisi. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I strayed on that one. Maybe it's not right. Maybe the whole school's right. Goldwasser. Yochid v'rabim, halacha kerabim. Or but the Satmar Rav Zecher Tzadik Livracha said a little bit differently. Yochid v'rabim, halacha kerabim. It could have said in a much easier lashon. Halacha kerabim. Yochid, the singular, v'rabim, in the multitude, halacha kerabim. Why don't we just paskin halacha kerabim? What's yochid v'rabim? Says the Satmar Rav, a geoinish perush. Yochid v'rabim, when the many people, when the whole staff says, Yochid, Hashem is on their side, they're saying das Torah, halacha kerabim. But if it's not Yochid v'rabim, if the masses, if the majority are not saying das Torah, then even if you have to go up against the entire world, you stand your ground. Echad hoya Avraham. Avraham was one against the world. However, I said at tefillah, believe me, that everything should be good for this young girl. Okay. She went to that seminary. She did very well. She steiged in the seminary. She became even a bigger balas midos. She was very happy. She came back. The class had 99 talmidos. 99. The first one out of all the 99 to get an unbelievable shidduch is that girl who went to the wrong seminary. Mi yodea. Who knows? Who has got the vision to be able to tell which is the right one, which is the wrong one? What should we do? What we shouldn't do? We need great chizuk, all of us. In our generation, we need more chizuk than ever. We need to be mechazik each other. Ishal reyeu. You need to give some words of chizuk to each other. You see somebody on the street. All right, so, Shaila, you say hello, you watch it, they saying hello to me, I can say hello to them. Meshiv, like on Tisha B'Av, you can, you could break that rule, Tisha B'Av, during the year. You see a person, B'Sever Panim Yafos, how are you? It's great to see you. I said it to a person, happened to see him at a Misameach event, Misameach, and I saw the guy, said, it's great to see you. He says, you remember me? I said, how could I forget you? You cannot tell the chizuk that you give. Chizuk to the children. The children! The young boy, the young girl, they go to school. They come home. Chizuk. Okay, first question. Did you have the bechina today? Yes. How'd you do? Well, I got, 65. I got a few 65s. I can tell you. 65. Well, what do you expect? You didn't crack open that book. You didn't open the sefer. What do you think, you're going to get 100? Let me ask you a question. What'd Shlomo get? I saw him in the base medrash last night. What'd he get? Yeah, okay. No, one day you'll learn. Okay. Good. Okay. I don't want to belabor the point. After I already shmettered the kid. I don't want to belabor the point. You could go. Mechazakim. You say, listen, everyone gets a 65 once in a while, or a 45, or 35, or what? Don't matter. It doesn't matter. In the future, you're going to become great. In the future, you're going to steig. In the future, I'm going to come to you to ask a psak halacha. Are you going to be my Rebbe? And I'm going to ask you what I should do. You'll be able to give me the right answers. I believe in you. If a person says that, then they change it around. Ishal reyeu. Ishal ishtoi. A wife. You did a great job. It's unbelievable. Put the challah on the table. I want you to know from this challah, I am able to learn a whole week. it gives me chizuk. It's like, what shall I tell you? Lechem upon him. Tell it. What? You made it. You got the sourdough you didn't buy. I mean, your challah is great, but I enjoy because the dips and the whole Torah. No. Everything that you do is great. The wife, the husband, you're tzaddik. I respect you. I respect you. You know so much learning. Even he doesn't know it. You know so much. You have so many ideas. I wait for you to come home. It's a chizuk. Imagine a person would turn it around. Imagine that an individual will understand that it is the greatest way that a person will understand the way to turn around all sadness to happiness. Hashem Yisbarach wants on every level that we should be besimcha. Mitzvah gedayla liyos besimcha tamid. The Kutim Maran said, to be happy, no great mitzvah. To be sad, it's not an avera. But where sadness can lead a person is to the lowest depths. Where happiness can lead a person is to the highest heights. Ki nofalti kamti. No matter which area of life a person may have fallen in, it don't matter. Finances, marriage, going out, even Rahman al-Islam, health, doesn't matter which area. Ki nofalti kamti. I didn't do well. My child didn't steig. I don't care. I love him. He's my favorite. She's my favorite. The one who's furthest away, you got to hold closest. You got to hug them. You got to kiss them. You can never tell who is going to become great in this world. Ki nofalti kamti.
Shem Yegensher Termas is busting like to give Yesha Kerr to our Goldwasser for the inspiring Joshua. I'd like to give Yesha Kerr to the sponsor of tonight's shir. With this kind of mitzvahs. Our boys I'd like to remind Olam that Yegensher there is just 2 weeks, and there's only a few weeks left of the summer. Chapa Ryan, sponsor a shir, put an ad in the journal, donate, and have a chelik in the Abatas Torah, Yegensher Torah throughout the year worldwide. Call 718-851-8651 or email ist@yeshivana.com. Yashkerta Rom Kamer Khananya Menakasha Im Rotzakadish Baruch Lazakes is Israel. The figure Hibelam Torah Mitzvah Shanem Adonai Chofetz Aman Tzidko Yagdil Torah V'Yader.